have a beer, so I'm happy.
Doesn't take much, mate, but that's what it's all about.
Exactly. Well, as it always goes, we start ourselves with our lovely little intro. Welcome to the ScotsRant Podcast. I'm your host, Gizzy the Gremlin, my co-host.
I'm Reece R01.
And we have a special guest with us today at KTP Games.
How you doing, guys?
Welcome in.
Thanks for having me, lads. Thanks for having me.
I think William's had a few too many drinks before the podcast.
I would say I know. This is just one of these ones, and I just have to grab some beer bottles around us. Wait a minute, boys. Wait a minute.
Get them all jangling together.
Oh, he's a clinking.
Oh, man.
By the way, I did that with 2 beer bottles. I'm impressed.
Nicely done, mate. Nicely
Amazing.
done. So,
as always over this podcast, mate, as you know, we do enjoy a little refreshing beverage. I do have my Belgium ale. I'm pretty sure Reece has Jack Daniels.
Yeah, I do indeed.
Good man. KT has a water.
It's very dirty water.
Whereabouts in Scotland are you from, mate?
I'm.
Oh no, I was making a joke about dirty water. Don't. It's alright.
I was trying to look.
I'm not going
to has dirty water, but I was like, you know what? Nah, I'm not even going to make that joke.
Oh man, I've got.
That's it. If you're 10 minutes down the road from me.
Aye.
The dirtier side of Gizzy.
Don't want you to get doxxed or anything. That's why I'm like, please stop, please.
Stop.
For the love of God.
Nah, that's good. That's good.
Oh God. So, it's been a while. We've been away for 5 weeks at this point. Things before Christmas, New Year's, all that kind of thing. It feels good to be back. I literally have just been given this kind of second lease of life at 8 PM on a Friday night. Like just the energy levels switch back up. I only really get this in a Monday night stream, so it's kind of weird to be back and ready to go. But generally, let's start a wee bit differently with, just because it is New Year, just after New Year and all that. How was everyone's New Year? As good as it could be, like with everything going on. Are we all happy that we're out of 2020?
I'm happy that we're out of 2020. I'm happy that we're out of 2020.
How'd you think my New Year went?
Oh, true.
Aye. Did you stay up for the bells, or did you?
Did I stay up for the bells?
No.
I brought the bells in all the way I know how to.
Passed out drunk on the floor.
Yeah.
Fair dues, man.
The only bad thing about New Year's is like you obviously couldn't go and see your family and that. Like,
aye.
I think I told on a lot of people. For me personally, me and my dad usually go up to a family relatives, so like we usually go up, have a drink after the bells. But this year, like, we couldn't do it because no one could like travel down and that, anything like that. And I was like, that sucks, man.
Can I just point something out here, Reece? Just before we started this podcast, he just literally turned around. I'm not much of a drinker. The first 3 sentences is booze, booze, booze.
Aye.
So.
But aye.
Thanks for having me, guys. See you later.
He goes down, just tanks the bottle of Jim Beam. That's us for the night. Oh man.
Who's not much of a drinker?
Aye.
Oh, stuff it. Stuff it.
But like, that's the thing is like.
Oh God, I should have done that.
That's the look at him go. That's the thing though with Scotland is we obviously have our own kind of rituals for kind of New Year. And it's a shame when we can't do what we want to do. Same for most people in this kind of point. Just quickly saying welcome into Pricey and Ghost. This is us back with the podcast, guys. So glad to have yous in. But yeah, so kind of taken away from New Year because obviously 2020 was shit. That's kind of
2021 started to have shit.
I mean, 2021. I mean, I believe the term is in DMCA. Don't strike me. Things can only get better. I really can only get fucking better than my fucking singing as well.
True.
True. Right now, what this is 2021's looking at is just the same song. No DMCA strike, please, but don't stand so close to me.
I don't
Probably
even think.
DMCA strike.
I don't even think KTP will know what that is. Like, do you know what that song is?
No, I'm just kind of smiling, just like
yeah, that's fine.
you know, like smiling wave boys, you know.
We're old, man.
I don't know the song. I'm sorry.
We're all well, mate.
He's like that very smart dog, you know, that very dog that shows up, doesn't have a clue what's going on, just happy to be here.
Happy to be here, boys. Thanks.
Loving life, just happy to be out and about.
Just loving life, thanks.
Aye. But
well, that's it, mate. That's it.
I'll kick us off anyway, Reece. I'll kick it off. So as you know, we do ask some questions, we do get involved. And the first question that we always kick off with will come right after Reece gives us his bullshit of the week.
Bullshit of the week. Ah, God, and this will probably get me.
For that.
I know this will get me like strike down by Twitch as well, because I can't use the words. But simp, incel, and the other one because I can't remember.
See, before you go any further with that, mate, you can use the word.
you can use them.
You can.
You
can't use them basically offensively. You can't use them offensively.
So
you can say them.
The thing is, though, so I think if, as I said to you previously, if you give the word power and being a derogatory term, then you give the onus to these people to then go and say it. So I think it helps, and for me, I look at it as a marketing standpoint. So I'm going to plug my own YouTube video because I will, where I talk about simps compared to like VIPs, and you want VIPs because they're the ones they're the ones that kind of help you manage your chat. They're the information givers about your stream, whereas simps are kind of damaging towards, or they're saying that derogatory term where they are not as as kind of they're basically seen as like a cash cow as such. So
see,
like it's like obviously you think of Pokemon, you think of, and I'll go into the Just Chat and Titty streamers. Like they're the ones that you're more likely to see simps as part of. It's not the only place, but it's one of those things that you're like, right, where can we draw the line? Where can we prevent people from getting bullied? Which I understand, there's a big thing there, but they can't police a word. And as well as that, there's that much internet banter and like having a laugh. But the thing is, there's that much about having a laugh behind it. That where do you draw the line? I mean, that's the kind of the way you kind of go from there. What do you think? Because there's so many different trains of thoughts.
Yeah, the thing is, simp, that I don't think that was ever meant to be like a hate comment. Like it's always meant to be like kind of a joke. Like in my chat personally, like I call a few people, "Oh, you're a simp. Like, you're that. You're like." Aye. Simp is like it's not meant for like hate. It's just meant for like it's a laugh. It's not a hate. Like calling someone a stalker, like that's not hate either. But it's like it's more hate than what a simp is.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, well, the problem being is like Reece knows who I'm talking about, but we and him do actually know a simp.
Yes,
we do.
Yes, and it's to do with a specific amount of monetary value. So they give out a specific monetary value towards a stream, and you know what? For a lot of people, this is a business, and I respect that. But there's a point where you can probably draw the line. And I'm more than happy to admit that. I mean, I'm not. I'm more than happy to admit I've donated subs to people, all that kind of thing.
Right, we all have. We've all donated subs to people, but like we all said, there is a limit for like things like there is one channel I've donated over 100 subs to one channel, but I've done that over a 28-month basis, whereas one person I know has donated that amount in 2 days.
Aye, basically. It's insane. Like I don't know where this money comes from, but that's the kind of difference in, for example, a VIP.
Money.
Aye, a VIP.
Must be good money in written this week.
I know that's it.
But some people would argue like that wouldn't be a simp. That would be very supportive. Like some people would actually argue that case. Like it's mad. Like for me, if someone had to like donate like 100 gifted subs in like a 2 weeks basis, that's just mad support for me personally. Like
aye, and I think
yeah, but then we need to draw like a line from being a supportive to like be, if you want, being the simp, if you want.
Because
the supportiveness is helping the channel, helping you, doing everything like that. Because Reece is one of my witnesses of doing it. A couple of the boys in my stream actually got me up to just 45 subs or something within one stream, and that was between a lot of them.
Aye, and we were all part of it. Like, that's the thing.
That's supportive. That's supportive.
But that's all stuff like that supportive. Like the line that I draw supportive to simp basically is the person who is, if you want, simping is literally, I'll gift you subs, I'll donate you money. With that, you want this new thing? Give me a sec, I'll make sure you can get it. Give me your address so I can send you it. Stuff like that. That's what I draw it. Just donating subs and everything is
the thing is, and
supportive, but to until you need to be careful because, like, if you're going to donate 100 plus within a day, then it's either wow you're supportive or what you doing that for.
So this is where my research kind of took me. So I did it as like a video essay, blah blah blah. So I took a bit of time, read a few different articles, and it's one of those things where they expect something in return from you. So that's the thing. So a simp expects something in return, generally from a female streamer. If that female streamer has OnlyFans, Snapchat, that kind of thing, they expect access or further private access. That's the point I was going to eventually get to, is a simp gets to that point. Now, I think there's differing levels. I don't think it's just it's black and white. I believe there's a kind of grey scale in there.
There will be,
and that's the thing, is I could honestly, after reading into it, I would probably be able to go back and write a fucking dissertation on it again, like about like Twitch communities, and that's what I'm actually going to do.
Great, so that's you're going to disappear for another 6 months.
No, not quite, mate, not quite. More just a case of it's content to talk about, and it's so interesting to watch different communities because they've all got their own type, and it's so weird and wonderful and wacky that it's just funny to watch. To be fair.
The thing is, man, like me and my good mate, I stream with Ryan. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't let me say his name, but he was actually saying like he's seen people like on the these Twitch channels, like, and they donate like £100 to spin. Like, you just don't know what they want to spin. Like, it's like mad. It's like, why would you do that? Like, just go out there. You know what I mean?
I know.
Go out, enjoy the world, and stop using your money to ask people to spin. Like,
one of those ones. That's it. I've just made £100. I could go out. I can invest this. I can do this. I can do that. Wait a minute. Here, pal, spin.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. If someone asked me to spin for £100, I would spin like 100 times. Like, that's me.
I've watched where it's like some of the big YouTubers and stuff where they go in and they'll donate to people and say, do this, do that, and you know what? If someone asked and there was the chance of 50 quid, 100 quid in the line. I mean, I think we'd all do it because this is a bit of fun for us. But we all see a bit of a career or a secondary career in this for ourselves. That's the kind of the way we see it. So it's not perfect, but I mean, you'd be kind of there to kind of go for it. But that's kind of I think that's the kind of the gist of it. It's not the kind of weird news on the internet, but it's part of the kind of weird side of the internet tonight, and it was just to kind of get some other people's views on it. Because I know what
me and you're like mainly, we'll kind of try to cut that there because we can't get a full bloody topic about it.
Aye, that's fair.
What we'll do is we'll start getting to know the man KTP himself. So for the first question of him, and I did say to him because he did ask me about it. So we'll hit out. KT, who are you today?
My name is KTP Games. I am 18 years of age. My actual name is Kai, so if you want to call me Kai or KTP, it's either or. You know, it doesn't really bother me.
Okay.
Oh, you call me Katie, as good as it calls me.
Okay.
I'm a small-time Twitch streamer. Currently trying to make his way up the ranks. The games I really play is horror or just zombies or that. Like,
it's fair.
That's just really the definition, like, of me, just a horror zombies kind of guy. I will occasionally play the cooperative, not cooperative game, the competitive games. Yep. That's the ones. But that's me down to a T. Chill guy,
you're just here for the vibe, man. That's
just here for the vibe, man. Just here for the vibe.
Aye, that's it. It could be a kind of.
Just what I mean.
Makes sense. I mean, what you
got? Kick ass and chew bubble gum.
Because obviously you're so much younger than us. Because we're old.
I wouldn't say I'm so much younger. I wouldn't say I'm so much younger.
Aye,
you're enough 10 years younger than us. You're so much younger.
It's a scary thought. What console and games got you first interested in gaming? Wait, what's your first memory of it to you? Because it'll be different from us.
See, you might call me a bit young for this, but my first memory in gaming was actually the PS2. Like, that was the first game I properly played, and it was Driver 3 I actually played.
You know what? That's alright. I was expecting a lot worse. So yeah, I'm okay with it.
What are you expecting?
I was expecting like I was thinking PS3 or Xbox 360.
No.
I was thinking we'd get something like that.
We'll go for it at this point. Anytime I've ever asked this question, a lot of people have given us the same thing. It's been like, well, the people we've had on, it's been like a Sega Saturn was the oldest one, or Sega Genesis was the oldest one. That was Grav. What was?
I think Liquid again. I think Liquid was the SNES. Like I think he got like some old consoles, but that was it really. Like,
yeah, but his first ever proper console was a PS2 as well. I didn't remember him saying that, but that was a SNES. Reece, what was yours again?
Mine was PS1, NES and SNES. Like NES and SNES was my uncle and stuff, but that was it really.
Mine was an arcade unit.
An arcade unit?
I played Street Fighter 2 in the arcades. That's how I got into game.
So
fair enough.
That's why
arcade unit.
That's why he likes the game. That's why he likes the kind of fighting game so much. Is he fell in love with it? Where you should play a fighting game in an arcade.
In an arcade. See, I would like to go to an arcade and actually play it in an arcade.
I'll give you any of that then. I'll give you any of that.
Is that? Oh wow! Oh wow! Fair enough.
So
fair enough.
Someone in like
a lot different for that thing.
Aye, it's a fair bit different.
Just a little bit.
Aye. I mean, the joke was when he first got it was just where has he got the space? Because his desk is like I've got a small desk, but his is like where he sits to play his games. It's like on his lap to use it. That's
there you go.
Sitting curled up like.
Aye. So Ghost as well.
The way you just snuck in again there, I stretched my arms out hotter in the face.
Oh Jesus Christ!
So, she's sitting here laughing at me.
But see a live UFC.
Aye, so one of the guys in my chat, Ghost, was saying as well. Similar, I think he's a wee bit younger than you, Kai.
Mm-hmm.
But PS2 was his first kind of experience, and I think that was the kind of. I think that's kind of the point of. You'll find. I think there's like you get like a 4 and a 5 year cycle. Obviously, they play like with different games consoles. And that's just the kind of the way it goes. And like for example, I've still got my old original Xbox. I've still got my PS1 locked away in the cupboard somewhere. And I mean it has been a while, but I brought
that's at my feet.
Aye, so that's what I'm saying.
Nintendo 64.
Because I remember when they brought that controller out for the GameCube. So.
Sure, that was a controller for the GameCube.
No,
controller.
No, I'm saying they brought that controller out for the GameCube. I said. Aye. So as I'm saying is that's where I was like, I'm sure I've seen this before, and I had to ask my uncle when I played obviously NES and SNES. But aye. So it's always good to get that kind of perspective because of just how varied it is just between different kind of age ranges. To be fair. But like
different for all the generations.
Aye, but Kai, how long have you actually been streaming? Like, when did you start?
Well, officially on Twitch, I started streaming on the 1st of May. I never took it too serious.
Right.
I kind of just it was like kind of an odd stream every now and then, like Scottish Fortnite, Scottish Modern Warfare, like stuff like that with my mate, and we'd kind of like take this and that. It's familiar. You've been looking. I'm kidding. But like, that's the sort of thing I used to do. Then like, I think it was like maybe 2 or 3 months later, I was like, you know what? Let's actually try for this. Like, it's lockdown. There's nothing else I can do.
Yep.
So like, let's actually try and like, make something of it. So I eventually started streaming. Started streaming with a few close friends of mine. They kind of like got me, into it and like how to do stuff, how to like set up OBS, how to like get your overlays, how to get your alerts, what game's the best to stream for like now.
Yep.
Just like kind of stuff like that. And before you know it, like, I was getting people in, like saying hello and that, and saying what's up, and like that's like kind of all I've ever wanted. Just like some people to come in, just go, "What's up, man? How you doing?" Like talk about a bit of the games. Like I've never really ever focused on the followers, the viewers, anything like that. Like it's just something I wanted to do. Like it's just a fun thing to do. It was great to meet people. But
that makes sense. That's kind of the way behind it, because and I'll be honest, that sounds quite similar to how I started, because I play totally different games from these both. I play strategy games, and it became from the point where William said to me, "Hey man, I really want to watch you play this. The way you talk about it over Discord and stuff sounds really interesting. Why don't you stream it?" So after a lot of humming and hawing, I got to that point where I was like, yeah, okay, let's give this a go. And that was me. I started the odd couple of streams about February, did a couple in March, couple in April, was doing my dissertation at that point, and then very much the same kind of time as yourself, kind of end of April, start of May, knuckled down and was like, you know what, let's keep doing this. And that's just kind of, that's kind of the way it goes. And I think a lot of people have found themselves in that kind of scenario because not much to do. Honestly,
no, there isn't.
There's not. No. Everything is moving online. With these kind of things, it's a lot more. It's a much more kind of. It's a different kind of industry for people to kind of understand. So when you try and explain to people what you're doing, do they understand what it is? Like if you sat down and said to like family members or to your obviously your mates will understand, but to family members, do they understand?
I don't think they will. I think the initial response will be you play games. You play games and people watch you.
Exactly.
That's going to be the response no matter what you say. You can say I'm a streamer, I'm a Twitch streamer, I'm an entertainer, I'm a
personality.
I'm an internet personality. So you play games.
Yeah.
That's always going to be the response. 99% of times is you play games and people watch.
Aye, and that's you're 100% right, because that's how
she's asked this question.
Aye, I know he's through, and I was going to finish this point and then hit back with it, but that's the kind of thing is what I'm the same. So family members don't understand that. I've actually got some friends as well that don't quite understand why I spend the time doing it. That's the thing, and my friends are similar ages or just slightly older, and even some slightly younger than me. And you think that from the same generation that it would be understood. So it's one of those ones where you're like trying to explain it, and it doesn't come across the way that you would expect it to, and they're like, oh, so you'd rather spend time chatting to a random stream and playing games online than like going and doing something. Like, well, what else can you do? And obviously trying to say about playing games with other people as well, and you're like, you don't play games anyway. It's like, what's the difference there?
True.
Like, if he's get good at the games, join me. It's one of those.
True.
It's a dick move.
Don't get me wrong, right? It's not crazy. No, when you go, mate, you're the host.
You're the guest, mate. Guest goes first, mate.
Right, I'll go first. Right, don't get me wrong. Right, my parents, my girlfriend, and my girlfriend's parents, they're all super supportive, right? But like the initial response is always going to be you play games. Like that's how it's going to be. But it doesn't mean they're not supportive. But that's just how it is. That's how it is.
It is, but you have to put it down to the same fact because I've had the same argument as well with a lot of people. Is so you play games and it's like so people sit there and watch you play games. Why don't you just play the game themselves? Okay, you watch football, don't you? Why don't you play it yourself?
There we are.
Same true.
Argument. That's the best way that like anyone's ever kind of put it into perspective is if you play a sport, if you watch a sport, that kind of thing is like it's the same instance. You are an online, you're an entertainer. If you watch a comedy show, same again. There's that kind of onus on it. And there'll always be those people that just don't quite get it. And I think that's fair enough.
It's the way to look at it as gaming and the way that it has been has only started coming into the limelight in the last 3 or 4 years. If you want, it started coming more in the limelight ever since Ninja's explosion on Fortnite. That's when it became into the limelight and people started realising, all right, wow, I can actually make a career out of this. So, wow, my child can make a career out of this, stuff like that. It's made a whole explosion.
But
I mean, like, I'm not even gonna lie about this right now. I just seen on Twitch when I was loading up and everything, like people you may like them. What popped up was Ninja playing Valorant at the time. But he wasn't even playing Valorant. He was in a waiting lobby playing Pokemon Go on his phone. So there you go. He's playing Pokemon Go with I think it's something like 14,000 people watching him.
Yeah, that's horrifying. Honestly, horrifying. Because it's like you kind of see the disparity between different like things. He's literally just waiting to play a game, and he's get that many views. But that's the thing is, it's kind of he's different. It's obviously they can explain it because you can see that, whereas with us, averaging between 4 and 10, kind of sitting at that point where you're not quite there, but you're starting to see that kind of push. But before, kind of go on because I'm going to answer this question in the chat. Do you watch anime, Kai? Do you know what it is?
I know what it is, but I don't watch it. No.
That's fine.
I know what it is, but I don't watch it.
So
I'm
just
sorry.
No,
so it's not offended, but I do not watch it, but I know what it is.
It's all good, man. William, favourite anime opening?
Well, I don't know, man. He's asked this. It's one of the boys, which is pricey. He asks the question almost every time we have a guest in, and mine still the same. It's always going to be the Rock the Dragon theme tune for Dragon Ball Z, the original Rock the Dragon theme tune when it first got released over here.
That makes sense. Mine's changes like the wind, so probably.
I'll be honest. Oh, sorry to interrupt you again. I'll be honest. I started watching Sword Art again, and I'm really liking the entrance music to that once again.
I'm probably going to go with Rising of the Shield Hero because that's that's the one I know I'm looking forward to watching when it comes out sometime this year. If it comes out sometime this year. That's the
not gonna lie, my brain's just left the chat.
It's all good, man. Don't worry about it. That's
yep. I'm still here, guys. Don't worry.
That's fine.
He's gonna be He's gonna send the Sword Art Online, alright, a Dragon Ball. What was the other one you said?
I know what Dragon Ball is. I know
everyone does. That's the one that brought
the Naruto run. I know what that is.
Right, so
I know what the Death Note is. I only know that because I watched the UFC, obviously. And
fair dues, man. Like, so you do like you know enough of the pop culture. But that's just the kind of the way it is. So do you remember
even Red Devil Preston? That's gone over my head as well.
That's fair. Like, do you remember like how your first streams were compared to like now? Like the kind of do you feel as if the production qualities went up?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I used to stream off the PS4 when I first started streaming. Like stream off the PS4. Didn't even have any chat up or nothing. Had nothing up. Just literally screen in front of me playing the game. I would get like messages. I'd be like, oh yeah, wait now. Load up the phone, go look at the message, switch back down the phone, play the game again. Like that's how it was. Now I've got 2 monitors. I have one for the PC and one for the PS4. I now have an overlay. I have an Elgato now. Like I have a professional mic. Like it's mad how like a few months down the line, I now have all this stuff to stream from. It's it's absolutely nuts. It sometimes actually seems surreal to me. Sometimes I'd actually wake up.
How did you justify it to yourself? Like how this is a question I had to do it to myself. But how did you justify setting all that up to yourself? When did the thought just hit you right, I'm going to get this, I'm going to get that.
I don't know. I've always been interested in like PC games. So like the goal was always to get a PC and like play like Rust, CS:GO, Among Us, different type of games like that. Just that was always the goal. But when I realised my mate actually streamed through his PC, I was like, "How are you doing that then? How are you doing that?" He's like, "It's really easy. You just need a capture card. You need the software to run it." And I was like, "Right, where do I get a capture card?" And he's like, "You know what? I'm actually selling my PC. Why don't I sell the PC to you and I'll give you a mic plus the game capture for free?" So I was like, "I mate, that's a win-win. You get the money and I basically get all the stuff." He's like, "Aye." So he basically came round, set up the PC for me, installed all the software, showed me how to do it. He's like, "So for your overlay, I won't make your overlay, but this is how you make it. I use Stream Elements."
Yep.
So he's like, this is how you make the overlay. You can make custom ones, or you can make like the default ones. So I was like, I want to make a custom one. Like I want mine to be like stand out from everything else. So I made the custom one. He's like, this is how you put it in. This is how you do it. I was like, right, no worries. When it came to streaming, I was like, how do I stream?
Hi.
And it was like, right. I'll show you how to do that. And he's like, he showed me how to stream that. He's like, it's so much better being able to stream off the PC than it is the PS4 because first of all, you can see your chat. Yep. You can see everything that's going on. You can promote yourself. Twitter, he said Twitter was a big way of promoting myself. That was probably the biggest way. And I was like, oh, does TikTok work? He's like, never used TikTok. You can try it. But that's basically the way. That's basically the way it happened.
Aye.
A lot of people I know use TikTok and they say it's good for FPSs but struggles for most other games.
Aye. I messed around with it for strategy stuff and it doesn't really hit the mark. I'm probably going to start. Well, game plan is down the line is getting an editor to cut up some additional clips from this to then put on where we have a kind of rant, part 1, part 2, all that kind of thing.
Yeah. I've got a good question to ask after you finish this one.
But there's I've always found that TikTok, it does work better for FPSs. Minecraft, Dream, Tommy in it, all them, they're killing it on it, and they don't even have. Absolutely. They don't. It's not even their accounts that are doing it. That's the thing. No, it's people that just make fan edits, and they're constantly crushing. I mean, their smallest streamers are getting 10k views, and then they're getting between 300, 500. I think Dream hits 1 million or 800,000 or something mental numbers, which is just insane to think about because you could live off that ad revenue. You click on that stream. I mean, ad revenue makes nothing for us. But if 1 million people are watching that, if you scale that up, that is just absolutely insane. But
absolutely.
You just got fucking old Oliver Reece there at the window. Please, sir, can I have some more?
Yeah. Can you trickle this down towards us, please? Because we would really like some of your views, please.
Give us the money to the commoners, you peasant.
But man. So what was your question going to be there, Gizzy? Because I was.
Well, Ryan's actually put a good question in the chat, and it's no one that we've had. The question that he's put in: how do you feel about taking a break for streaming, and how long should you take a break for?
It's a hard one.
Well, I'll go first because I didn't know a good answer to this. For someone the sizes of probably the three of us, and I says I don't know, like I say, how big everybody is, but averaging between say 5 up to 15 viewers, it's almost career suicide because even a wee 1 day rest can half your numbers. You take a 2 day rest, it could half it again, 3 day rest, and so on and so forth. If you're going to take a break but still want to keep your numbers and stuff, that's where a stream schedule comes good into play. Like myself, I struggle to stream mainly because I work all the time and work night shift, as most people know. Yep. Reece has other things that he has to deal with, but he still manages to almost hold the schedule. And I know Katie here, he streams Monday to Friday and has the weekend off. Katie, until the end of the time, you can laugh all you want.
I know, sorry, mate. I don't mind.
It's alright. I'll blur it out in the edit.
It's about a censor over it.
Every time I say it, it's just going to be, how do you feel? Hi.
God. It's an American accent.
But
not a bit.
Do you know, that's a good question. I'll put forward what you have an answer yet?
I've got one, and I can.
So, your answers, because I've got one for you.
So my background is marketing, so I like to talk about all these different things. So.
Oh God! All right, I'll be back in 10 minutes.
Shut up. You wait till you get to talk about zombies, right? All right, let's. What you get to watch me check out. So it comes down to see if you announce it well, and if you keep people up to date. That's your thing there. So, but there comes a point where if you go past the 1 week, 2 weeks, then that's where you'll start to see the drop off, because one viewer, when you've got under the kind of 250 mark, is still quite a high percentage to us, and you'll notice that kind of trickle down effect when you kind of go past the kind of 2 week mark. But there's the thing where if you need to watch that kind of burnout point. And it will hit you, in the sense that, so why most people will take a break is because they've been making too much content, and they can't kind of sustain that, and you just kind of your energy levels dip, and that happens to the best of us. And if you're open and honest with your audience, you would expect them to understand. I think that's fair enough. I mean, like, we're all allowed a break if, like, it's not a sweatshop.
Aye,
that's the thing. But
it's like in a normal work. If you want a day off, say you're not feeling it, like not feeling well, like that wouldn't be held against you. In a normal workplace, 1 day off wouldn't be held against you. It's like,
yeah,
it's totally normal, right?
As long as you're honest about it, or if you say on your previous stream with whatever views you've got there, explain that. And you know what, if they want to keep coming back, if they like the content, they'll come back.
Aye, absolutely. This is more a question for you, Reece, because you said you're into marketing. How would you feel about? Sorry, I guess it's more like if you had to take, like, say for me, actually Monday to Friday.
Right.
Say you had to take the Wednesday off. How much do you think that would affect?
See, because you're consistent over 4, 5, 6, 8 weeks, that kind of thing. If you take 1 day off, it's not an issue. I don't see that being a thing. See, as long as you said, and the kind of Monday, the Tuesday beforehand, if it's generally, on average, see, because what you'll find is you've got, at our size, you've got kind of 4 to 10 people that are in every stream, generally. And then you've got the comers and goers. As long as you've just been open and honest and says, look, I'm going to take a break on Wednesday. You put it in your Discord, announce it on your Twitter. You've ticked all the boxes. He's just fucking done.
And Gizzy's left.
I left the chat. It's fine.
He's left the chat.
But that's it. Is like there's kind of that balance there. It's not going to be the same for everyone. The less you've streamed, so if your audience is still very new, so if you've only been doing it for a couple of weeks, you're going to see more of a drop off compared to, for example, all of us have been streaming. I know Gizzy's been on off for nearly 2 years. There's still a lid on that. But like for example, as we've been over about this, you're about 8 months now. 7 months.
Go for it. Yeah, you're right.
But so we wouldn't see as much of a drop off because our content is generally being quite regular. So
see, for me, Gizzy, I'm going to disagree with you. I don't think it would be career suicide if we had to take, like, say 2 weeks off. Right, we'll just put the time frame for 2 weeks. I don't think it would be career suicide because, as you say, we're averaging 5 to 10 viewers. There will be a decrease in views when you start back, but it wouldn't be career suicide as much because there would still be the viewers that would be like, oh yeah, don't worry, take your time, we'll always be here. There'll always be the people. For me, my community is quite supportive, like that way. Like there's a few of them said to me like, oh, if you're tired, like don't overdo it because we actually like watching you. I've been like, oh, that's actually quite nice to hear. That motivation.
The thing is, I was speaking more about personal experiences and stuff, but at the time I started at the, if you went to the start at the Twitch High. So the Twitch High, if you know what that was hundreds of new streamers, hundreds of people getting views, hundreds of everything. Like I literally I'll even tell you this, I got my affiliation in the game called Cuisine Royale. You ever even heard of that?
I have, yeah, mate. I have.
All right. It's a small battle royale game, as you know. I played it right back at the very beginning when it was buggy, it was stupid, it was funny. Now it's a completely different game. But I was averaging almost 20, maybe 30 people in a session. When I stopped because I ended up working away for the best part of a year, as Reece knows about.
Yep.
When I came back, I started for square one again. So I ended up dropping back down. But again, when I was coming back, I was trying to stream the days I was back home, but it just sometimes it wasn't effective, because partner, kid, I want to spend time with them and stuff like that. So it's trying to find the easy balance. But for yourself personally, what I've seen of you, your numbers and stuff, if you had to take an extra day off, it wouldn't affect you as much. If you had to take a couple of weeks off, you might see effect.
I seen the effect after New Year. I seen the effect that when I dropped down to 2 streams on Christmas, 2 streams at New Year, the kind of week of. I came back and I'm down an average of like 1 viewer. That's fine. I can live with that. I know that's going to. I knew that was going to be the case. And
but you're playing a tight knit community game style as well.
I know, but the thing is though, is like it's how you manage your community, and it's all about how it's your interaction, and you know what? It's different for everyone, and it's the thing is as well. It's also the time that you come back, because you might not be your chat's favourite streamer. That's the thing, is you might be. You know what? They're on. I've finished watching them. We'll go finish off with them, because they usually stream for another hour or two after this. That kind of thing. Or you might be a couple of people's favourite streamer, so they'll be first in your chat, 5 minutes in, fucking let's go, let's get the hype train going, that kind of nonsense. And then the rest is your kind of drop-ins. It's your drop-ins that you're likely to kind of lose a little bit of, because it's the ones that are more likely to luck and not chat. That's the ones that you lose the longer you don't stream, because because they're not there for the interaction. They're just there because they like watching you and they like listening. When you're not there, they find someone else. It's
going to be mostly the bigger streamers they're going to find.
Yes, and that's the thing, when you're small to, you're kind of encroaching on mid-size. Mid-size is an average of 10 viewers to 50 viewers before you hit partner. That's where when you hit that mid-size, that's where you're more likely to hold them in. You're more likely to, even if you take a week off, 2 weeks off, a couple of months off, after a few weeks, you'll start to see them coming back. Your average views are going to kind of go back up on that side of things.
That's true. That's true what you're saying, yeah.
Again, it's not a perfect science, marketing. It's all the psychology behind it, and it's understanding the community.
The thing is as well, mate, like, yeah, you're saying like that with your marketing and stuff like that is bang on, but you have to take into consideration that, right, like, this platform itself is a dog-eat-dog world, if you want. Exactly. Unless you're the big ones who are now contracted, it's a dog-eat-dog world where you're almost killing yourself to the point of trying to make a career.
That's what I'm saying, it's not an exact science.
Right, but I'm saying, like, take it for a partnership level, okay? Like, take a low-end partnership level, somebody who's averaging 100 plus, okay?
Yeah.
For them to be able to withstand that as a full-time career, they're streaming between 8 to 12 hours a day. And the minute they take one rest day, it's almost like a career suicide for them, because their subs will drop for that one day.
I see that. I see that. That's because that's gifted. But you'll see it drops because of gifted bits, that kind of thing, and that's just every day you don't stream, you lose that chance of that kind of viewership. Yeah. And but the thing is though, like if you look at it in the same sense, that's when you hit a certain level, and I've tried to kind of break it bit by bit by bit, obviously between the different kind of sizes. Carl, fuck off. I'm not even going to try and say that.
As a Scottish person, the foot trying to properly pronounce as your Scottish person, say the two names.
Carol.
As a Scottish person.
Carol.
There you go, Carol.
Same thing.
But like, I've noticed
a
little thing about that. I actually have. I consider him an uncle now, right? It's called Carol, but he's with the way the English say it. They go, how does they say it?
Carl.
Carl. We say Carol.
Aye.
Carol is Carl to them. It's like, that's just so mad. But anyway, sorry, back to your point.
I know. Car. What? Come on, Jam.
Like
you lost me there, man.
Like car, yeah. No, like car, yeah. Carl.
Aye. Carn and
Scotland,
Carrie.
In Scotland, we're the only country in the world that pronounces the two the exact same.
Aye. It's a weird one.
We try our best to differentiate them, we pronounce them the exact same. But I just needed to get that one.
No, that's fair, because I seen it pop up. I seen it pop up in both chats, and I'm looking at it like, what the fuck is he doing? What is he doing?
What's going on?
It's Carol. Shall I join and say it for you, wee man? No, this is what we're saying, right? I sent them this, basically. I sent them that, and to us, that sounds the exact same. We say it the exact same, and it will pronounce it the exact same, whereas somebody like yourself will pronounce it differently to us.
Aye, that's it.
So I play Call of Duty with a boy called Carl, and I kept calling him that, and he said the exact same thing. Why are you calling me Carol? And I said, I'm not calling you Carol. Saying your name, the only difference being is I'm Scottish, it comes out like that.
Aye. Yeah, it's just that.
Same way we don't pronounce it tuna, we say tuna.
Aye. Tuna fish.
Alright, you cunt.
Cunt.
But
on your level, man.
So moving on, because we like our tangents on here. That's the way it is. But like, because everyone's different when it comes to this one. But how did you find the content that you found yourself playing, and how did you find what worked for you and what didn't? Was it trial and error, or have you just kind of stuck with?
Aye. Everything's trial and error in life. Like, if you don't try the first time, you go at it again. Like,
aye,
it's always going to be trial and error. The first time that I played Fortnite a lot with my old mate. I know Fortnite. It was good back then, right?
Aye, it's fair enough. Everybody has that battle royale game that they play. I'm just ignoring William at this point. But like, everyone's got a battle royale that they like to play. I just don't enjoy any of them because I don't. Mm-hmm. I'm so shit at first person shooters now that as soon as I log on, I can maybe play 2 or 3 games and then just rage. It's done. That's why I've never streamed it.
As soon as he drops in, the hands hit the floor and he just bends over and presents.
Basically, I openly admit to being one of the worst players on first person shooters now. Years ago, probably could have gave Gizzy a run for his money. But now, absolutely not. Like, it's one of those ones. But like, what? So obviously, like, Fortnite was your first game. Where did it go from there?
No, it's like, obviously that didn't work. Obviously I know now why it didn't work is because like Fortnite's such a big game. A big game. Like, you're always going to be at the bottom of the browse history kind of thing. But that didn't work for me. So I was like, you know what? Let's look for the smaller games. Start off with smaller games and kind of work my way up. So at the time, Rocket League was getting like I think it was 50k views. It was a lot less than Fortnite. I know that. So I was like, I'm good at Fortnite. Why not just play Fortnite? I do a thing called Road to Grand Champ.
Right.
It's the highest level in the game.
I'll correct him for you. He said, I'm good at Rocket League. Why don't I play Rocket League? No Fortnite. Continue.
Sorry. Did I say okay?
So it's alright, man.
Why don't I play Rocket League? So I kind of played that, and I got a few people chatting and that. None of them followed. I don't hold it against them. My content was totally shit. But I got a few people chatting. I was like, you know, this is probably the way to go. Probably playing, like, you know, games that don't have as much viewers in it.
I get you.
So I started playing smaller games and kind of worked my way up until like I started going back to Call of Duty because I used to play Call of Duty a lot off stream, zombies, multiplayer. Like that's what I used to play. And I was like, you know what? Why don't I give BO3 a try?
Aye.
And then like BO3 is what kind of kicked me off. Like the zombies is what kind of kicked me off. So I used to play like zombies, get to high rounds, just do like the most random stuff. And it was funny. Like there was a point like I was actually enjoying it. Like I still enjoy my content, right? But this was like the first time it's actually became good to me, and people actually enjoyed it. So I was like, this is quite good. I'll move on to Modern Warfare, the remaster, and I kept going from there. And you know, I think it was Cold War came out, and that's when I kind of started to like gain more and more and more.
You got that traction going.
Let's have it. Aye, like for me, Call of Duty is the way to go for me. I can play other games and like it will still do as well, but now I've got that community like to kind of back me. Like that's how well it can actually go. Just because of the community I've got, like the awesome community I've got. Like I actually can't thank everyone enough like that actually like supports you, you know, like because that's just it's just how it is. It's amazing.
Yeah, man.
That's true. That's true what you're saying. That's true what you're saying. Like as I say, like Reece knows I first met you during the Obey Undead RC challenge. Joined in your chat. Well, me and you actually met in Grizzly's chat. We had a good laugh.
That's true.
Jumped into you. The first time we actually properly spoke. I jumped into your stream, ready to kick up a game, and went, "Let's just duo up." What did we end up doing? Casual round 100 like it was nothing.
It was just like clicked. It's like that.
How was that? Because that's kind of what I said was like, I kind of jumped in, and I'm like, you're in like round. I think you were in round 55 at the point. I'm like, I think this was like the second highest round I'd seen you on stream, and I'm like, you're with randoms. What the fuck is going on here? How have you found a random this good? Like what's going on? And then I was like, hold on, you'd said obviously part of the grind, and I was like, right, okay, I'm shit, but I'm not that shit. Right, I don't feel as bad now. and then I kind of was listening away. You were having good banter, and I'm like, right, that's a good time. And I thought, right, okay, there seems to be something going on with this grind, and I was kind of going between different chats, and I'm like, fuck, here it is. This is an interesting neck of the woods. That is just not my neck of the woods, but you know what I mean. I was quite enjoying it, and like.
What made it funny is I had to pull out the RC challenge for family reasons. A lot of people have explained it to a couple of people. I had to pull out. Sadly, Kay had never managed to make it into the next round, which I think was a really, really bad decision by Obey Undead. But
to me, I don't hold that against them. I said Marcy, if I don't get in, I'm always going to support the team no matter what. For me not getting, I'm gutted. I am gutted not to get in the team. But it's how it is. It's how it is. As I said before, trial and error. You go at it again. Like it's just how it is.
The way I looked at it, and I even said it to Grizzly about it, is I've met a lot of boys during this that I would never have spoke to, never have jumped into, never have met probably. And then I even said to you, and I even met KTP, and he goes, "Oh, he's in my channel," and I went, "I'll give you a funny one. 10 minutes down the road for me," and I'm not talking about a hypothetical 10 minutes. I'm talking about in his house at 10 minutes.
It's meant
probably not even 10 minutes,
because the thing is, it's just weird how those kind of things work that way. It's just how it is. But like, if like thinking theoretically down the line, like, where do you see your content going? Are you going to follow the kind of COD train? Are you looking forward to the new DLC for zombies, that kind of thing?
Aye. See, the thing is, COD's basically what has made me so far. So like, I'm always going to be like the COD guy. Like I'm always going to be that. Whether it's a zombies player, whether it's a multiplayer player, then it's just I'm always going to be that because I do believe I'm actually decent at multiplayer and zombies. I enjoy them just as much. Like they're both really good game modes to play. So that's just how it is. Like
that, man.
I've just realised this here. I just jumped onto the thing of the zombies world record page. One of the Obey boys is sitting 6th in the highest round table.
Mm-hmm.
Our Pikachu sitting 6th in the highest.
He's not OB anymore. He's not OB in Undead anymore.
You know with him anymore?
Nah.
Right.
Nah. He left for another team, I'm sure.
I think we've hit the hour mark. I think it's time for a pause. Refill your drinks. Quick piss break. Because I need a piss.
Absolutely.
And then we'll kind of hit back from there. So you can talk about Undead, all that kind of thing, because I'm away.
Right.
We got a drink. 2
Right.
minutes, guys.
No worries. On you go,
Right. Right, let's see what my chat's got to say first of all. So
Ryan, I'll tell you how bad you were at zombies, mate. I had a death counter on stream. A freaking death counter. I've never had to put that on stream for anybody.
Listen, Stuart, Adam, Ryan. Oh, hello, Ryan. Paddy. What's that? Sorry, Red Devil, Garen, Pickle, and yourself, Gizzy. Welcome all to the stream. The reason why I ain't talking to chat, guys, is because, as you may or may not know, I'm on the ScotsRant Podcast. If you don't know what it is, look up on YouTube, ScotsRant, and that'll be there. Give it a little sub, guys. Help these nice little Scottish gents out, you know.
Little? I'm 6'3", you cheeky cunt.
Little, I'm kidding. No, but aye. I think it's been good so far. Aye. Let's see what. Oh, Fortnite. Garen, sorry, man, that offended you, Fortnite. Quit Fortnite 3 years ago. Refused to go back. I refuse to go back to Fortnite as well, Garen.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Give it to your hatred. Join the dark side.
Join the dark side of the Force.
Something dark side.
It's just mad, though. Just mad. Right.
Fucking Ryan's just messaged me. That's Red Devil Press. He's one of my mods. KTP, I'm not in your stream. Just moderate for some Scottish knob. Fuck you, you dick.
That's fine, mate. That's fine, man.
I'ma slap you.
Right, mate. I'm going to go down and make myself a wee sneak. All right.
On you go, mate.
I've had enough booze. I hate drinking in the house. So I'll be back temporarily, mate.
This is why these ones, mate. This is why these ones for me. Don't worry, mate. Don't worry. You know, I'm actually a good guy. You know, some good G fuel.
I'll be 2 seconds, mate.
There you go, mate.
Oh.
Yep, you're right. Right, Fortnite is shite. I play it with one of my pals, but that's just for me and him to have a wee bit of a laugh every now and then because it's the only game he can actually play since he doesn't like Call of Duty. Try to convince him to come to Apex, so shitload better. I'm alone with 3 chats. All 3 chats are. How are you? He's just of legal age. I'm a full-blown alky. I can't say anything. I am literally a full-blown alky. Oh, Vox with the raid for Reece. Reece, Vox raided you. Vox raided you, Reece. Reece.
I'm back.
Vox is raided you, Reece.
Welcome in, Vox.
Wait a minute. Hold on a sec, Vox. Hold on a sec, mate. Hold on. I'll get a hold of him for you.
I'm here.
I'll get a hold of him.
Welcome in, guys.
I need to see the answers. We'll see the answers.
I'm here. I'm back.
Reece, Vox has raided you.
I'm back in the chat. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Thank you very much for the raid, Vox. I appreciate it. Welcome in, Nalivo. How are we doing? Commands are off. The raid is off. Because we're doing the podcast tonight. So thank you very much. How are we, Vox? Did you win the naval battle? That's the question.
Silky smooth Scottish accent. There's 3 of us here tonight.
I know. It's a horrifying thought that we're the silky smooth.
Exactly, mate. Hold on, I'm just taking this jumper off.
No worries. No, it's all good. Thank you very much, Fox. I appreciate it, man.
Play.
Did we? Funny story about that.
Strictly, Ryan, I would say, mate, go back and play Warzone.
What happened? Do tell.
You're good at Warzone, mate, so go for it.
What did you do, Red Menace? What happened? Welcome in, Jimmy. Put another whiskey in the barbie. I do indeed have Jack Daniels, so
I've got Quavers.
You had beer as well. Don't make me look that bad.
I have a Cronenberg 1664.
Fair enough.
I have Jack Daniels.
And
just in case I feel for it, I have some liqueur left. Some Baileys.
Can't go wrong. Oh dear God! So the USA player got a bloody nose, and the Navy may or not have been. I mean, Vox. I'll be honest, right? I've seen you delete production queues, but not that. Oh dear God. No worries, Ryan. Thanks for jumping in, man. But yeah, guys. Generally, this is our first one back to the year.
I'm gonna kick you in the fucking balls, Ryan. That's coming, mate.
Top of the game usually. Yeah, that's a solo one, Red Menace. But we've watched Vox delete the whole Japanese Navy. Dear God, I don't remember that one. But generally, we've obviously got the podcast tonight. Generally, it's either EU4 or HOI4, with a bit of RPG games thrown in the mix. So thank you very much, Vox. I really appreciate the jumping in.
Just going to point out, by the way, man, it's -7 where I'm other now. I'm scared to even open my window. I'll freeze.
Oh, Vox is from Wisconsin, so it's like freezing. It's colder there, probably. Welcome in, Gregos. Welcome in.
Yeah, but we're Scottish.
yeah, we're used to the cold and the cold and the misery.
Ryan, that would be one of the funniest podcasts I think we could do. 3 Scots and an Englishman on a podcast. That sounds like the start of a bad joke. Okay, 3 Scots and an Englishman.
I mean, it's not far off it, to be fair. But yeah, so this podcast generally is an interview. So we are just chatting about KTP, who
he's away making a sneak.
Fair enough. It's only -2. Fair enough, Vox. I was expecting it to be a lot colder, to be fair.
As I said to him, I was like, don't worry, mate. Don't worry. I'll be a good guy, man. I've got my G Fuel here. I'll be a good guy, drink my G Fuel,
Yeah, I mean, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give... Oh, yeah, it's afternoon. Yeah, it is evening here. So that does make sense, aye. That is very true. But,
we're all freezing. 6 man, thank God we're not chickens. Thank God we're not chickens, mate, Fucking saran wrap us, man. The fucking nipples will be popping right through the saran wrap,
Oh, dear God. So yeah.
He's back. Everyone,
I stopped talking about him.
Right, what's going on?
Nothing at all.
I mean, I just didn't get ready.
We didn't say anything about your nipple
or anything, but that's
right, mate.
Aye, Reece got ready.
Aye, so.
Oh, nice one.
Tail end of the HOI4 stream from Vox.
Same Ryan.
But aye, so let's get back into the swing of things and where we were.
Let's go.
Back to that. Did you have a nice wee discussion about?
First things first. You kind of buggered that almost instantly, but first things first. What sneak did you make?
Good question.
I didn't actually make sneak, mate. I didn't make sneak.
Only
I made some good old coffee beans.
Only for you,
Vox.
Yeah,
we have none of that. No fucking no team related stuff on stream.
It's coffee, bro. That's not tea.
Waiting for the sponsorship. Sneak Monster.
Team related.
God love it.
Oh, right, okay.
But yeah.
After that, Monster or Rockstar.
Exactly. Oh God.
Yeah,
just to get me through the mornings.
I'm even relying on you right now, mate. See if we actually came in and it was some stupid ice cream company wanting to sponsor the podcast. I'm telling you right now, I will dress up like an ice cream cone and Reece will lick me in the middle of the stream just to get the sponsor across.
Absolutely fucking not. Thanks very much, Fox.
Reece hasn't agreed to anything.
No, absolutely not. You wouldn't even get that as a written contract. I would need some sponsorship money up front. But have a good one, Vox. Thanks again for the raid.
Give me Manscaped. I could do a great joke with Manscaped.
Oh God, so could I. So could I.
I'll leave you to the man's game, you know.
Nah,
I'll just be the guest. I'll just be the guest with it.
He'll just leave us to the man's game, you know. He's just sitting in there like fucking, what's it called, man? The Zohan, you know, the Adam Sandler movie. The girls like the bush.
Like the bush.
They like a double-sh. God, that was horrible. Oh no. Right.
Oh, one last thing as well, mate, before we go any further. Kate, if you want to talk to your chat at all, mate, just talk to your chat. If they have any questions, anything, you can bring them in. Everybody's welcome into this. That's the way we need to try
exactly.
Right, okay. Right. No worries.
But
chat going up.
But so what I was going to say is we kind of mentioned some of it. Obviously, talking about your content progressing, you'll be following. But do you use TikTok? Do you use any other platforms?
I use TikTok, I use YouTube, and I use Twitter. They're the main.
I think Twitter's the kind of the go-to, but it's kind of the one that it's probably the hardest to get noticed on now. It's just there to kind of chat to the people you talk to, that kind of thing. YouTube, I don't think is as discoverable as TikTok, but I think YouTube gives better gains than TikTok. So far, I don't know the exact ins and outs yet because TikTok's still quite new on the whole kind of subject. But where do you see the kind of value from? Have you found that people are coming in saying, "I've seen you on TikTok," or "Seen you on YouTube," or is it maybe more of both? Like they kind of find you on one, go to the next thing, and go to the next.
It's mainly been from TikTok, mostly. Like find most of them has been from TikTok. A few's been from Twitter actually. Through the hashtags and that.
Aye.
I don't think anyone's been through YouTube yet. So like, it's usually like TikTok, Twitter. That's like the kind of two main things for me right now.
Yeah.
Basically with TikTok, basically all you need is like one good video, then you're on the algorithm. That's basically how TikTok works.
Yep.
Like
it's one where depending on how many followers you've got, as long as you hit plus the 250 views on it, and then that's you get picked up. From what I've seen, my content, I get 100 views, and it just kind of sits there and dies, and that's just because it strategy games don't transfer. That's it. Even my clips where, like when people request me to swear and say funny things in my accent, don't get picked up because you don't really see my face. Whereas if I was doing it like an actual TikTok where I'm talking to the camera like I would do for YouTube, maybe it's one of those ones where it's a hit or a miss.
Could be worse. You could get the boy tell you today AMSR freaking Iron Brew again.
Oh, don't. Let's not talk about that.
Please.
Was that again? Was that Ghost, wasn't it?
It was. I'm sure it was a mixture of Ghost and Pricey. I'm sure. Pretty Doggo.
Ghost spam the clip. Ghost spam the clip.
He's away. He's abandoned ship at this point.
I need to see this. How do you get ASMR with Iron Brew?
All I did was I just whispered Iron Brew into the mic because it was the first day with the new mic, and it was just one of those ones. Happens, I guess.
Fair enough then.
But I'm kind of toying with the idea of TikTok. I've just not decided what to kind of go from with it. I've kind of tried to. But me and obviously William have spoke about different ideas for YouTube. But we are both not. I'm not talented with editing. I'm not talented, and he's the same. That's why I do one take video essays, because it's just a case of you tidy up the audio, nothing else. But
I need somebody just to follow me at all times with a camera or on OBS or something, because I've had people in stitches during games.
And that's the thing, is it's just a case of clipping that, but it's like it's more the case of
Ryan, cheers for coming in.
Clips, editing those clips, that kind of thing. Like, I don't know. I tried to sit down and learn video editing, like, I just never kind of made it that far.
It takes a while. It does take a while to learn how to do it and all that. But
what do you use?
Once you get it, so I use Sony Vegas.
Sony Vegas, fair enough.
Yeah, that's the one I use.
Quite easy to pick up, or does it take a bit of time? Or?
It does take a bit of time. Like I don't know how do you explain this. To take two videos, and like edit it down so like to crop and zoom.
Yep.
That'll take a bit of learning. To like have say the camera follow, like someone throws a grenade, have the camera throw a grenade. That'll take time to learn.
Yep.
To mix in the audio and to the next clip, that's kind of basic, but it does take time to learn overall.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I think that's kind of brings me in. Is like that's one of my goals this year. Is I've learned how to do the basics. I can cut a couple of clips together. I can't make it look tidy. So this year that's the goal, is to try and find an editing software that just clicks with me, and I can go in and just batter out a few videos and make it look a lot better.
What's the one you use?
So I use Shortcut for just the basic stuff. It works for what I use it for, and I'm trying to learn DaVinci, but DaVinci's it's like
it's confusing you.
It's a few pay grades above where I'm at, and I'm not creative in that sense. So learning it is the issue. But that's one of my goals for the year, is to try and find one that fits. And I'll kind of go from I'll go from there on it. Will I get there? We'll see. But like, because it's obviously the New Year's podcast, what is everyone's goals for the year? Like, what do you see for yourself? Where do you want to be sitting?
Well, I've not really announced this yet. I was going to announce it in 2 days, but podcast is the best way to do it.
Fair dues, mate. I mean, I'll be honest, it's not going to be on YouTube for a bit, so it's just who's watching you.
So the goals was really 350 followers on Twitch. That was the main one. To have a YouTube community, if you will, kind of that. Just grow more. It's like things I haven't really thought about. I'm just gonna go in with the basics off the top of my head. Bring out better content, like upgrade softwares and stuff. Stuff like that. Just it's basically all one step closer to hitting that partnership. Basically,
that's it, man. Makes sense.
For Twitch to fix their shit.
Aye, that'd help. That would fucking help. This week's just been grim. Like, just
that was
absolute torture. Even if you just watch folk, it's just been it's been hell.
Big time.
But so like for me, I've got kind of similar goals. Is by the end of the year hit kind of 500 Twitch followers. That's kind of the end of the year goal. That kind of thing. I've not set anything for YouTube yet because it was kind of a spur of a moment for me starting that. I've just spoken about it for ages. And it's more just a case of focusing on a kind of community aspect and build from there. Have more people watching, more people chatting, but also support network for different streamers. So just being able to, like, with the market knowledge, with other things, because like this kind of brings me on to one of my next questions in the sense. But like the grind,
you, Jack, I'm alright.
The grind for an org, which I've seen for Gizzy and kind of heard from yourself there alone, it's hard. That's the thing, is there doesn't seem to be support there for that kind of thing.
Absolutely.
And it's one of those ones where a lot of small streamers, it's all left on themselves. It's trying to get to that point where you can be like, do you know someone that edits? No. Can you edit yourself? It doesn't look the part, and that brings you down. That kind of thing. It's the having those people to vouch for you in the chat. Is there that there? That kind of thing. That's the thing, and that's the issue with orgs. You find is they're looking for this. They look for the followers that they gain from your messages. They look at the analytics from it. They look at how many people are in the chat shouting your name, that kind of thing. And that's the issue. Is it's not all necessarily down to talent. It's a mixture of that, but also who shouts the loudest. And
definitely.
Just one of those things is you can, that's kind of how you see it is. But like, what's your goals for the year, Gizzy? Where do you want to see yourself? Because obviously for you work a lot more than me. Obviously, family life and stuff. So it's getting into that side of things. Where do you want to see yourself by the end of this year?
I want to see my follower goal at least doubled, which will take me to 500. I want to actually try to get my name. I want to try to get my name out there again, like it used to be when I was playing back in the Cuisine Royale, because I was quite a known player.
Right.
But one thing I do want to bring in, I want to go back to play my fighting games. I've said it for almost half a year last year, and this year, I mean, at this time, I've got my games set up. I want to play, but I want to play more fighting games. I want to bring them back, and I want to enjoy it, just because playing the games, it's fast matches. A match only lasts 90 seconds. The match is on for each round, but it doesn't last that long. So you're talking like 3 minutes a game, 4 minutes a game, give or take, and be able to be more talkative with the chat, more communicated with the chat.
No, that's fair.
And I really just want to bring back. I want to just be more a meme than what I already am. As you know yourself, I take the mickey out myself. I make sound effects. I play stupid sounds. I do stupid voices. I use a voice mod. Ryan was playing a game with me a couple of days ago. But I think it was yesterday where I got the sledgehammer and zombies for the first time. And all I did for the first 25 rounds was run about hitting people with a sledgehammer, making stupid jokes, stupid noises, and I was chasing the zombies down, going, "Give me them toes!"
I mean, that's
just for the fun of it.
And that thing is, it's making it fun for yourself. I focus up more on the certain things. I've always had my kind of commands for the memes and stuff, and it's how you enjoy what you do, and I think that's how it comes across. That's how you want it to come across.
It's all about the best advice that was ever given, and I think it was Grav that gave us it during the stream, and we've all lived by it. Really, was always do what you enjoy.
Yes,
play the game you enjoy. Don't go away and play Fortnite because Fortnite's blew up. Don't do that. Play the game you enjoy. For example, back then when Fortnite first came out, if you're enjoying PUBG at the same time, you try the game out, it's not for you. Don't force yourself to enjoy it. Go back to PUBG.
I mean, that's why I'm more than happy to admit that I'm playing so much less Hoi 4. That was the thing, is Hoi 4 was the game that made me reasonably on Twitch.
Well, your first ever stream, Reece, you got 9 viewers in your first ever stream, and that was concurrent. The entire stream was on 9.
Luckily enough, though, that was because how late we were fucking streaming, and the fact no one else is fucking streaming the game, so I can consistently be with 5 to 10 viewers.
Reset his wee laptop and his phone like this. Yes, that's right.
I could hit like the top 5 streamers, as long as none of the 3 to 5 big names is on. Just been raided by Vox, who was one of those big names at the time, and still is one of those big names. He, when he streams, if Tommy K, Bo Cohen, and a few others aren't on, they're the ones to beat. That's the thing, is they bring in consistent 2,500 viewers. So if you think of it this way, there's 100 viewers watching Hoi 4 content.
Right.
They stream, that then goes up to 2,500, 3,000 viewers. Multiple of them stream, you're at 3,000 to 5,000 viewers on that game. That's the thing, is they're going for that personality. Yeah. So it's all a personality game, which
it is a full personality game. Take it for a consideration for the games that I really enjoy watching. Okay, I'll go for my fighting games straight away because everyone knows I really enjoy watching them. The highest game right now for people watching is Super Smash Bros. Don't ask why. It's not a fighting game, it's a platformer, but that's a different argument. Right, that's set at 3.1. That's set at 3.1 now. After that one, the next best after that one, because the first 2 are Smash, and for some reason Cuphead. Don't ask me how the fuck Cuphead's a fighting game, but hey ho. After that, you're dropping down to Mortal Kombat, which is at 1.7. Then it's Tekken at 1.2, Street Fighter 1.2, then Dragon Ball Z at 1K, and that's like your 3 big top. Well, we'll say that's the 5 big top games: Smash Bros. Ultimate, Tekken, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
that's your big games right now. Whereas me, mainly, the games that I enjoy watching, because I'm the same as Reece, I like the anime feel and stuff. I enjoy watching Grand Blue, Grand Blue, Under Night, and Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct's one of my favourite games. It was one of the first arcade units I played as well.
Aye.
None of them have broke 100.
No.
None of them have broke 100. On top of that, you got, I don't know if you'll remember these though, but you've got the Power Rangers fighting game they released not that long ago.
Oh, I remember you
sitting
talking
under
about
50 views.
Aye, and that was
that
was a game you were really getting into. To be fair,
I'm still really into it, mate. I really enjoy playing it off stream.
Aye.
I just kind of get into the playing the 3 characters at once type thing, because the way that game works out is you have to choose your team, and it's the same with Dragon Ball Fighters. You're choosing a team of 3, and you need to choose it for synergy, being able to combo off each other, and be able to learn all the strengths for each 3 of the characters, which is a hard thing to do.
I can imagine.
It is a really, really hard thing to do.
Aye.
So I prefer sticking to a singular fighter, because it's easier to learn the strings for one fighter than it is to try to learn the strings for 3 plus combos after them all. So start off with the Red Ranger, combo into the White Ranger to combo into the Pink Ranger. That's quite a hard thing to do, because you're trying to learn their combo strings along with their combo assists and keep it going. Whereas you can learn, for talk's sakes, for Killer Instinct, because I know a character in Killer Instinct off the top of my head straight away, which is Saberwolf. I can do a 28 hit combo like it's nothing, but there's a good chance I'll get combo breakered. Yeah. Anybody doesn't know what a combo breaker is?
Combo breaker.
There you go.
Basically,
Killer Instinct's the only game ever to bring that in. All the fighting games are the only game ever to bring it in. Everyone else has a punish, whereas Killer Instinct has something called a combo breaker. Whereas other fighting games, if you're locked into a combo, you're stuck in that combo string now until the person either drops it or finishes it. Whereas in Killer Instinct, you can actually counter hit them. There's a small window every so often where you can hit a counter hit, and it's known as a combo breaker, which makes the game a lot more fun than it's supposed to be.
Aye, but it's one of those things. I've
got a good question.
Go.
I've got a good question. Finish off what you're saying first.
All I was going to say is it's all about just timing your streams right, and that's it. It's like right now would be a good time for those games. Same for myself. Hoi 4 right now probably be a good time to be playing. Honestly, wish I was. I'll be honest. If I get that raid from 35 people, they're not wanting to watch a podcast. They're wanting to watch Hoi 4.
You're right.
But by God, thank you. But still, it's one of those ones.
Your opportunity after this goes straight on the Hoi 4.
Yeah, man, I know. I might do.
The one thing that I wanted to point out as well, it's a question that goes to both of you and to any of the chats as well who are there. Can you on name one game that you absolutely loved watching, love the way it's set out, love everything about it, but you can't play it for shit?
Every game that isn't COD. No, I'm kidding. Probably that's a good question, because like
I'll let you think about your answer as well, because Reece kind of knows mine, because I have the game downloaded and I play it every so often, but I just can't get to grips with it. I love StarCraft 2. I love the tactical feed of StarCraft 2. A real-time strategy game, one you're thinking on your feet all the time, having to constantly change your strategies, everything about it. I love that feel. Cannot play it for shit.
Yeah, no, I can agree with that. Mine's is like. On you go, sorry, Gizzy.
Somebody in Kai's chat there.
I was going to point out, didn't I?
It's not a game you watch. It's the best thing you're watching. It's a game that you enjoy watching, but you can't play the game. Like I say, I like watching some StarCraft streamers, but I can't play the game. For example, Reece might like. Sorry, Reece, to drop you an FPS in here, mate, but Reece might like some Apex streamers, but he's not necessarily good at the game. It's something like that.
Openly admit it. I'm more than happy to say.
Right. What Ryan says is like, Among Us is the best game, right? Among Us is a good game, but some people can't actually play it. Like some people like say, like you watch these big streamers like 100 Thieves, they play it. They know like where to vent. You know where to vent from too.
But I'll say that as well.
Some
So
people
they've
don't
played
know
it that much.
Mm-hmm.
Though between them, they played it that much, and they also will be playing it for content. So they've see now what you find is these Among Us lobbies, when it's people that all know one another, they're scripted. So they're basically scripted lobbies. So
I wouldn't say, like you're saying scripted, I wouldn't say they're scripted in a sense of like the way they play the game, but the way the interactions, the way they all bounce off each other.
The interactions is pretty scripted. It's like, right, so for example, there was lobbies where, and it was because it was everywhere on trending, was the Sidemen Among Us lobbies. And all it was, and years ago I remember the diss tracks, but back then it was a case of they were trolling KSI with the diss tracks against him and his old diss tracks and his old music to take the piss out of him. And that was it. That's planned. That's the thing, is that shit's fucking planned. There's no way that two of them are going to be like, here we go. No, they've went in automatically and just thought to themselves, let's just have a grand old time of it. And
there we go, right? That's a perfect example. You said they make you enjoy watching Rust, but you're not good at it, or you can't play it. Something like that is, like I said, it's not a game you're necessarily like horrible at. Because I can play StarCraft, but if I had to jump onto a ranked game of StarCraft, I'll hold my hands up. There ain't no chance in hell I'm getting out of bronze. If I get out of bronze, I'm telling you right now, hell's froze over. Fucking the devil sitting in his chair now going like that to me. Well done, Gizzy. Here, have my throne, and we all know that ain't fucking happening. That whole thing, man, I'm telling you right now, I've went up, I've seen God, I've high-fived the cunt, I've came down, slapped Reece in the face, took his glasses off him, gave him to Kai, came over to your house and showed you how to play Rust. There you go.
So you think I love watching Rust. I've no clue how to play it. Rust is another thing. Like a lot of streamers have went over to Rust as well. I had to say to Ryan that I wanted to play
as well, mate. It was during the COD, like you're saying that way, people jump over to Rust and everything. I'll let you go back to your point, but it was the same thing when COD went bad. A lot of them jumped, like all your COD creators, like say Ali and everything, they all jumped to Fortnite. And now that Fortnite's went bad, they've jumped back to Warzone. It's a trend thing.
They're following the viewers. So when their viewers dip on a specific thing, they'll be like, right, so my viewers were dipping on COD, Fortnite's dipping, but then COD's on the way back up. Right, let's jump back to COD to then chase back that average. That's all it is. It's
like that, mate. Like I can only name one YouTuber right now off the top of my head who only plays games because he's enjoying them, and that's I Am Wildcat. Right now, there's not a game out this man enjoys. He does enjoy Among Us every now and then, but there's no other game that he really enjoys. All he does right now is Pokemon cards, like opening Pokemon cards in it, which is not something I want to watch. I want to see the jokes. I want to see the laughs. I want to see him get angry. I mean, he's one of the funniest guys ever to get angry every time something happened. He used to slam the desk. Like, he doesn't even buy a dear headset anymore. I think his headsets are like $20, $30 of his money because he's breaking them.
Oh man, that's bad. I mean, to be fair, I like this mic, but I'm honestly going to just buy a Blue Yeti because the Blue Yeti will be better quality than this.
The Blue Yeti.
One of these bad boys you're wanting. One of these bad boys.
It's one of these bad boys. I mean, mine's is good. But mine's looks the part. What I'm going to try and do is get, if I can try and fit my Blue Yeti.
Your mic.
I mean, no, it's good, but it's not as good as what I thought it was going to be. There's too many moving parts, whereas with the Blue Yeti, it's just a USB mic, isn't it?
Why the fuck you lying?
Yeah, it's a USB mic.
Aye, so that's what I'm saying. I'm done. I'm done. Like, but
you guys going?
But like aye. So I that was my kind of my mindset, was like just for the improvement of like kind of audio, but like compared to like as you're saying, he's doing that because it's the content he makes. Sorry, I went off in one of my wonderful tangents.
Yeah, one of your tangents. Let's just reel it back in. Game you can't play but love watching.
So
mine's is go for it.
Victoria 2 in Paradox games is either Victoria 2 or if going into games that more people will know is Call of Duty. It's Call of Duty. I don't have the time to spend to get reasonably good at the game. I've now been able to kind of.
Well, you're reasonably good at zombies.
Now,
reasonably.
Now, that's the thing is, it takes some time. I can jump in and out of that now, and I mean, to be fair, I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm better with mouse and keyboard than I am with.
Yes, we've turned them.
Yeah, but the thing is, that took that game, and
a while.
But it took that game, but it also took me playing like CS:GO at work. it's been my secret CS:GO games at work that have been gradual.
It can be worse. You can be sitting like the way everyone used to play when they started to play mouse and keyboard. Right, forward, left, right. Crap! Wait, how do I jump and press this at the same time?
But that's what I'm saying is that I was saying to you about my setup. Like I've got auto sprint on. I've got these different things on to make it easier for me for zombies for training.
Yeah,
that's it. It's just like we'll all have our different ways of playing. Mine's might not be most suited to multiplayer. I know that.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that. And I was actually when I had some time, I was actually going to jump into multiplayer and just see how fucking bad it was for me on mouse and keyboards. If I could maintain a 0.7 or higher KD, you know what? I'll fucking take that.
Well, you know something? It could always be worse, mate. You could go into a game, get a 115 Easter egg run, and get cheated because the game says no, that's 114. You did bullshit.
No. We'll leave that. Yeah.
Let's not talk about it. Let's not talk about it. I heard. But like, so this is going to be a question that I'm going to kind of direct. On you go. Sorry. Aye.
No, you're finishing.
No, it's fine.
He's going to ask another question. Okay. You've never answered the question.
Right. Ryan says in the chat, pro CS:GO. Like, I would agree with that. Aye.
I love pro CS:GO.
I love watching pro CS:GO. Aye. That's amazing. But the game I wish I was good at is, believe it or not, FIFA. Like, I watch so much FIFA. Like, it's actually unreal. And I see watching like the side guys used to play it. They used to be actually good at it. Like, they used to do the skill moves. And when I play it, I'm like, how the fuck do you do this? Like, there's actually not a button on this.
I'm going to throw this out here as well because you just said FIFA. Football Manager.
Why do you play FIFA on a mouse?
Aye. Nah, it's just the first thing.
Like, Football Manager for me.
Yeah, you don't play FIFA on a mouse.
But like,
why is this not working?
Like, what's the cheat button?
What's the cheat code?
But like, can I...
Shit. Ma, what's the number for 999?
Jesus Christ. Fucking hell. But like, that's the thing, is like you will find that there's always those games that we'll watch. So for example, I'll watch Grav play.
Still scary, right? Still scary, mate.
I'll watch World of Warcraft because I don't enjoy it.
I love watching it. Play it.
Yeah.
World of Warcraft.
I'm gonna
watching it, can't play it.
I'm gonna risk getting back into Elder Scrolls Online because I used to enjoy playing that.
Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't convert me into playing WoW, but we'll fucking see about that. But like,
that's a really good spiral question to add in there, Reece. What's a game you enjoy watching, but you've played and not enjoyed? Like, I've done it for a while. Love watching a game. Can't understand it. Hate playing it. Monster Hunter World. Love watching it. Don't understand it. Hate playing it.
See the type of games. I don't know what you call them. League of Legends, World of Warcraft.
League of Legends is a MOBA. World of Warcraft's an RPG. It's two different genres. MOBA is massive multiplayer online, which falls under League of Legends, Dota 2, Smite, Heroes of the Storm, stuff like that.
The difference is with World of Warcraft,
your role-playing games.
World of Warcraft is a MMORPG, so massively multiplayer online RPG. Yeah. That's just the difference.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I don't enjoy the games. I don't enjoy watching. I don't enjoy playing them. But everyone who does play it, I respect it. Aye. It's the game.
I fucked that right up, by the way. MMO is a massive multiplayer online. League of Legends falls under a MOBA.
Aye.
That's what that falls under. Massive online battle arena. That's what that falls under.
Aye. But
or multiplayer online battle arena, one of the two.
I mean,
the two different genres of games.
I'll say this though, like, I didn't think I would have enjoyed it, and first time I played it, I didn't enjoy it. But Smite grew on me, and it was because
guilty.
Aye, but that was the thing, is Smite grew on me at the time, and that's just the kind of way it was. But you'll never. You never know until you have to sink a specific number of hours in. And it's if you...
Yeah, well,
and
you
know
me,
also think of it
as... me as well, Reece.
On you go.
On you go, mate.
No, I
was going to say, mate, you know how much I've sunk into... You know how much years I've sunk into Smite?
Aye.
You know yourself. All right, wait a minute. Let's just... Wait a minute.
Hey.
I have the talking Akuma. I get to talk now.
There we go.
What I was going to say is, like, there's a point where you have to think of it. Like, a game that you play off stream and a game that you play on stream. There's a difference. So that's the thing is, like, for example, you'll enjoy games better off and on stream. And it's difficult to kind of judge for me just now because I'm still finding that kind of balance. I don't play many games off stream anymore because I don't have the time.
Mm-hmm.
So most of my games, like, so for example, you generally watch me play a game either for the first time and gradually get better at the game because I've not had the time to sink 10, 20 hours in to just suss where I stand on it. What you doing?
Aye.
Okay.
Right, said raise your hands if you want to talk.
Raise your hands while I talk.
Aye, alright.
Brian wants to talk.
But like, I'm going to move on because this is kind of a question that I find more interesting for myself because I like to ask the questions at this point. Are you both going to still grind for a bay, or what is the next big grind for this year? Where do you see yourselves going?
Is this a double question? So
both of you because you both
okay
grinding for a bay. So
right, Kai, if you want to answer first, mate, because I've kind of already half spoke to Reece about this, but if you want to talk first, when you go, pal.
It's kind of a hard one for me, right? I've always said I was always going to follow the team. I never said I was going to do more of the grind after the RC. But the more I think about it, is like I will grind, but I won't. How would I put this? I won't intentionally grind.
You won't overdo it. You won't spend unnecessary energy on it.
Aye. Like I want to play other games. Like the other thing was, my mate was a few people I stream with was want to set up something like that, like a little streaming team.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? I'll help you with it. I'm not currently trying to grind for anything. I'm not putting, as you said, unnecessary energy into anything else. Like, I can help you guys. So like, it's just whatever one becomes first. Like, I'm more focused right now on the streaming team my mate's trying to get up than the obey. But like,
see, this is one thing I will say to you as well, Kai. Like, it's good you having that goal of helping your pals out and everything, but when it comes to focus on your own content, mate. Like, it's great having that.
No, it's for me as well. It's for me as well. Like, I'm gonna. I've been asked to be
the way you made it sound. The way you made it sound is like your focus is completely on that. But I was just saying, put your focus on your own stuff, and everything else usually falls into place. Like, you can finish off if you're finished. Just let us know, but on you go.
Aye, but like, basically, he's like, you help me out. You can be like lead over the streaming team. Like, you can pick people up. And I was like, yeah, like, I can do that. Aye, absolutely. And he's like, we'll get it sorted up. There's been a few arguments in the chat already, but but it's still going well. But like, the thing is, like, if like, say if like Grizzly came to me, he's like, you want to be part of the team, like, I wouldn't say no to that. Like,
aye,
that's just how it is.
So
like, the boys know that, and like, they know, like, oh, like, that's we know what to expect. Don't worry about it. Like, everyone's always going to go for like the bigger team.
Aye,
that's just
that's fair.
The reality of it.
Well, so, like I say, like, for that one as well, me and Reece have half spoken about this. I've said it myself, is I am not actively going to grind. If it happens, it happens. The way I'm going to put myself in focus is, I've said that one thing I used to do, like, ages ago back when I was streaming, is I did a segment called Fight Night Fridays, and all it was just a night of fighting games. I would choose one fighting game and I would play it for the full of Friday. 9 times out of 10 it was Mortal Kombat, which is where you get my wee gremlin where it says "get over here" dressed as Scorpion and everything, and my follow alerts where it is literally a Scorpion gremlin. But I said that's one thing I'm bringing back because I do want to get back into fighting games. I miss them. I'll hold my hands up. I miss them. And to be fair, I spent money in this thing and I've hardly used it, and I want to get back into using it. I use that more from January to February, March, April.
What was that? Was that PS3?
No, that's my fight stick, mate.
Oh, right, I didn't really see that.
Big arcade block. Because I had it backwards, because I had it like that, mate. It's the arcade block.
Oh, right, okay, right, fair enough. Aye. I just know that.
Aye, I used that from January to January to June, January to May, quite religiously, because I was grinding to play EVO Online, and I was grinding a lot of Killer Instinct at the time. Streaming suffered. I hold my hands up to that. Streaming suffered majorly. As Reece knows more than anybody, that suffered majorly.
Aye.
But I wanted to compete. I didn't want to, like, no offense to my chat, my communities and everything, but I didn't want to be sitting there grinding away my game. So my focus is in my screen and chat sitting in the other corner, and I've completely ignored chat. I wanted to put the focus in where I needed to, so I did put my focus in there. But my problem's always been sticking with a game, and recently, ever since I brought zombies back, I can make jokes, I can enjoy it. That perfect example. I've met a friend who's here tonight. I've met a friend through it. Met a lot of people through it. Met a new community, new doors have opened up, stuff like that. And that's a community I've been part of for the last 12 years, ever since Zombies was released back in 2008. So 12, 13 years, I've been part of this community, but I've never really focused on it, and now I'm enjoying myself on it. But as I said, I will not actively be grinding.
Yep.
Whereas if it happens, it happens. And I don't know if Reece wants me to bring it up, or it's down to him if he wants to bring it up. But me and him have had this sort of half discussion with Kai, what you've had, Kai, where we wanted to amalgamate a stream team off the back of the ScotsRant podcast. We wanted to bring in, if you want, in a technical sense, a ScotsRant stream team.
But the thing is,
it was mainly going to be supporting.
Aye, and it's kind of evolved from that in our mindset, and it was a case of I've kind of been working on my ideas behind it in the background, but there's not like much more to it. It was more the case of I seen William go through the grind, I seen yourself go through the grind, but I also seen a couple of like slightly bigger streamers that we know go through that same grind.
Was this the Hype Unit one?
Yeah, the Hype Unit one was just it was so much for nothing for Grav, and
I've had a further discussion with him, by the way, man. And Reece, I'm not saying this anything on this, but man, I'll speak to you about this later.
Aye, no worries, mate. No, that's cool. No, it was more just a case of my mindset was, and it's kind of same with you and your mates, Kai. It's set up something where there's a kind of support unit there, but there's no onus on it. You don't have to you don't need to feel as if you're like in that kind of group and you're constantly having to
absolutely
create content together, raid one another, that kind of thing, because that just cannibalizes stuff.
No, the thing that, like, the way I see it is, like, at the end of every stream, I'll always raid someone if it's someone I know that isn't doing too well in that stream, or whether it's someone completely random. Like, 90% of people I've met through streaming is just because I've raided them and they've came back to my stream. I've been like, thanks for being here and that.
And that's it. I'm quite similar as well. But like my mindset on it was more just behind, right, let's think about this. What, obviously, like, certain bigger streamers have had better support networks, but under the kind of 500 followers, it's only if you're lucky enough to know a specific amount of people. Not everybody in your Twitch will use Twitter. It's generally streamers and a few older members of your Twitch chat that will use Twitter. Just the way it is. It's the way it's always been. But my idea behind it was, like, in stages, gradual membership, more just a case of there's a chat in place, bounce ideas. That's it. Do you need someone for a video? Throw in an idea. Does someone mind helping me with this? But down the line as well was finding an editor, graphic designer. Now, everyone in it, and feel free to steal some of these ideas for the own stream team, because it's open source. But it's more a case of, like, the people that are in the stream team, any content. So if you're an editor, graphic designer, streamer, anything that's created within the stream team, it's open source. So you can use that for your grind. You can use that for your YouTube channel. You can use that as a portfolio of work if you're wanting to try and get a job with an org or whatever it is. Because, like, for designers, for editors, it's a lot harder. Like, that was one of my big goals this year, was to make enough money off Twitch to actually pay an editor. Because I'm just to make my life easier, make things look more professional. creative advice, that kind of thing. And it's more a case of go from there and make this thing, and maybe not have like a kind of, because maybe not treat it as like what you would see with certain orgs. So like having a Twitter profile, having a group Discord channel, that kind of thing. If anything, it's just a group Discord channel for the people that are in it. Things like that. It's more a case of, because you don't want to keep pulling everything, because then it becomes this kind of cannibalization. Whereas the stream team is basically the thing on Twitch where there's 6, 7, 8, 10, 20 people all together, and it gives you a list of people. Right, he's playing the same game as me. I've not raided him in 2 weeks. There we go. Or let's have a scan through. That person's on 3 viewers. Let's raid them. Gives you the option, but then also before you stream, anyone playing, while you play duos, co-stream, that kind of thing. Those are the kind of the initial iteration of it, and then from that, I'm grinding for this org. I plan on leaving the stream team. No worries. This is why we're here. And then it kind of moves from there, and it's all a kind of. It's all a kind of.
Just leave your £100 sign-in bonus to the left-hand side.
But not quite. But aye, like that's the thing, is there's this whole thing of when you are a small streamer. So if you're going for a bay, if you're going for Pride, if you're going for whatever one it is, at that kind of mid-level, it's difficult for anyone of our size, and it's making sure. Like my mindset is my market knowledge. It's just a case of a chat and that, and the next thing to kind of help people improve, but also it's always good just having a sounding board. Maybe not quite. Like for example, I see like with orgs, you get like a serious content manager like you'd have Whale Bay, but it's more a case of like how's everyone's schedules looking this week? Are you streaming? Why are you not streaming? How's things? Are you all right?
You really want that community there, like to support each other.
The way that we did speak about it was we wanted to build more of a community rather than a team. It wanted to be if you want like the only way I can say this, just because we're all Scottish and technically we have this impression of being alcoholics, is we wanted to create something more the lines of an AA meeting, you know. So more of a support group rather than somebody telling you.
The original name idea was actually the meme team, the ScotsRant meme team, and it was just people of the same kind of mindset as us. And you'll find that there's different iterations there, and everyone will kind of find that kind of middle ground. And it's to find that kind of inspiration, that extra bit of drive from different people, because like I'll be honest,
we know about like that. Yeah, keep going.
Aye,
is that
the word? Aye, no worries. Just bring me into the meeting.
What was that word you said 6 sentences ago? The third word after that.
But like I'm looking at I'm looking at, and I'm using this as inspiration. Is there's a group that I'm part of the grinders for, just for the stream team. And I'm just using that as inspiration. I'm seeing how they work, how they react, and they've got streamers up from 5k viewers to as little as, I think I'm one of the smallest of just under 200. So you know,
don't be jealous, poet.
Scottish alcoholics, never. Well, you know, but
I'm the only one drinking. Reece is barely drinking.
I've had, if you see the measure of Jack I've had, so it's not too bad. But like,
Reece, I've seen the measurement of Jack you've had.
Aye.
I've seen what you do with Jack. Only recently in the last couple of nights that you've managed to outdrink me. But that's only ever since I became a da that you've managed to outdrink me.
I know, but still, like, you still have like 50-60 pounds on me. So it's like when we were doing that, so the me outdrinking you was no mean feat. But
you're laughing, Kai. We went on a night out, and literally, I think between us, we must have spent about 700-800 quid, and I walked home sober.
I mean, it was verging on that, but like, aye, it wasn't healthy.
Mate, you still can't beat the time in campus. Time in campus, man. Everybody, yeah, well, I'm gonna get this drink, that drink, this drink, that drink. Reece, they sell a 3-litre bottle of fucking
Jack Daniels.
One of the
ones with, like, they would attach to the optics, and we're like, we'll just buy that between us. That'll be nice. But like,
it lasted, yes.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, and again, same with your mates. It's you have these ideas, it's acting on them, and knowing whether or not it's going to succeed. Is it going to be something that we'll risk down the line? Possibly. But again, it's all about finding that kind of. It's all about taking the chance and seeing what fits. Because the issue is see everyone that we know is completely different content, so it makes it difficult for different support and all those kind of things. So it's going to be one of those ones that if it starts, it's going to literally just be, think of it as like a kind of small streamer elite club, and then just kind of go from there. It's like, do you want some support and want to have a stream team name under your stream? Fantastic. Join the Scots.
We want you.
We want you.
We want you.
But it's one of those ones.
Yes, I'd like to join your stream team. How many followers do you have? 23,000. No, you're too big.
Too big, mate. Too big. Sorry. On you go.
I'll do fucking nicely.
You see that short pier earlier? Go take a long walk off it.
Okay, but like again, it's one of those things. Will it work? Will it not? And that's the thing is, like we've both. Well, I've had minor experience, but Gizzy's had quite a lot of experience in orgs, and we both see the downfalls on it. And we
don't start, mate.
No, I know.
You don't even need to start, mate. We've got a podcast on to go and watch it.
Aye, but we see the downsides on it. We see the upsides. I'm trying to think of something that just covers as much of the upsides as possible with the support. That kind of thing. It's all
like, give me some of the like, I've heard some of the downsides, but
so what kind of downsides do you want? What kind of downsides you want? Because I can, as I say, I can.
But the thing is, I'm going to. I'll do it so you're not liable. I'll say it so you're not liable, Gizzy. So
we already know I'm by the stage of liability now. If I like to be liable, I will be liable. If you want it all in a nutshell for it, okay, like org wise for everything, okay. I've been in to 6 orgs since I started gaming. I competed for 4 and competed for 3, half competed in 1 and managed 2.5 if you want, because I came out my competitive zone midway through 1 and joined into the content side, then eventually ran the content side. But if you want it all, player-wise, fantastic. Didn't have to worry about anything. Wasn't a captain of the team. Wasn't a voice for the team. I was a slayer. And I was playing Halo, in case you're wondering. I was a slayer. Not my problem. I'm doing my job. I'm killing people. Somebody else can deal with that. Running an org, stressful. When I first started running a content team, I was stressed at my nut all the time. My phone wouldn't shut up. Everyone was always talking to me. Everything, this, that, the next thing. Took a break, took a rest. Needed it for my own mental health. When I came back, the owner of this org was an arsehole. Just came out and being a complete arsehole. Brought this other guy in, tried to cover my job. When he was covering my job, 6 people who were part of my squad at that time all left the org. Not one person told me this, but all 6 of these guys left my org, who was the heart and soul of my content team at that time. And that was because I took care of these guys. If they had a problem, come to me, I'll sort it. If I can't sort it, I'll go to the owner. The owner can't sort it, I'll slap the owner and sort it for them. Just the way I was. When I took that break and he brought somebody else in, this guy came in with the needs of, I'm here for myself, that's what's happening. So he demanded that everyone always be supporting him, because that's the way it should be. No, it's not the way it should be. You have to, the way I look at it, I never go for a follow, a sub for sub, or anything like that. I don't shout anybody out unless I know you, I'm pals with you, or we're good friends. Or, for example, if you jump in, for example, and raid one of my streams, you're getting that shout out because you've brought people over.
Yep.
And I want the rest of my community to know why you've raided me, what game you play. Stuff like that.
Definitely, mate.
Yeah, but when I came back after my break, I had a clash heads with this other guy, and then it came to Robin. I could see your hand in the bloody camera.
She's sneaking up behind you to terrify you.
What is it?
But I just following up on Gizzy's point, like there's always going to be the arsehole of the team, right?
Aye.
But like I would say
this was beyond an arsehole. This was beyond an arsehole.
Aye, like there's an arsehole to get stuff done. To get stuff done. Like I would consider myself like the arsehole, but I get stuff done. If that makes sense. Like if you had to talk to me right now as you're talking to me, like I would consider myself a nice guy, but like when I want stuff. It's like
aye, but the thing is though, it's like if you're making content and you're taking the piss out of someone,
aye,
you're like the thing is that's you doing for content. So like Gizzy does the same. His fucking soundboard drives me mental. But that's the thing is it's like, aye. Aye.
Okay, I'm waiting for it.
I know it's coming. I know it's fucking coming.
Was it here?
But like,
just toes creeping up.
Aye, but like it's one of those things is like you know that like there's going to be that person, and the thing is that was my point. Is,
why the fuck you lying?
But that was the kind of point was you like when it with it just being community based and not being competitive, it would in theory drive out the worst of that aspect with people.
Mm-hmm.
And because people are talking. On you go.
No, you're saying that. See, a competitive nature, a content creator, if you want, we all know it's two separate entities, but they're also two separate egos. See, a competitor will not bother you at all. As long as he gets his scrims, gets the support you promise, and everything like that, that competitor is going to be happy.
Aye.
Where a content creator is a completely different kettle of fish, because they always want. They believe, if you want to tell it this, they believe this, for example. Sorry, Kai, going to use you for here. If Kai was to get into Obey, for example, and he was an arsehole with an ego, Kai would be expecting people for Obey to be in his stream all the time. It'll be, why you know, show me the support. I need the support. Give me the support. This, that, the next thing. It's not how it works. If a team brings you into something like that, they're bringing you in under their umbrella. But under their umbrella, they're only giving you that platform now. It's
they're not. You don't expect to get that from whatever it is.
It's up to you now to open that door. See, one of the perfect examples for it was Tfue, alright, and I know everyone's going to bring it up and everything, but Tfue was nothing, alright. He was a small streamer for Rogue. He was averaging 100 to 500 or something like that, which is huge by our standard, but small for the streaming world. FaZe brought him in. FaZe Banks brought him in and gave him that platform and invested that money into him, and he could have been a flop.
Yeah,
but no, he now became the biggest. He became the biggest Fortnite YouTuber biggest Fortnite Twitch streamer after the whole Ninja palaver. He became bigger than Ninja.
Aye.
He seized that opportunity, and that's what it is all about. An org will only open a door for you. It's up to you to go through that,
to act on it and improve
what you're going to do. Are you going? It's up to you. What are you going to do? Are you going to crawl through that door, or are you going to hit the ground running at 100 miles an hour and grasp what the org's put in front of you?
And that's
the way it is. Like one of the conversations, Kai, as well, that we did get right into for one of our podcasts was cannibalization. And the reason that I'll bring that up is because yourself, Ryan's drunk, sent help. No, suffer, you English cunt.
Jesus Christ.
Jeez.
See, this is the one thing. This will get me into trouble after Twitch.
But so you're saying cannibalism was bad, Gizzy? So
cannibalization, basically, what cannibalization falls into is, and as I say, I've had this experience as somebody who's now in a position of power, who's now bringing in people who are part of their community.
To basically feed new viewers to them.
Watching them, supporting them, and they're basically feeding off of them. They're bringing viewers in, and they're eating off of their viewer numbers, which is a big no-no in my eyes. I've always said that. It's always been a big no-no. I've always wanted to grow, if you want, naturally as a streamer. I've wanted to grow naturally. I don't want, for example, for example, Reece said Reece has got 10,000 followers. I don't want Reece sending over his viewers. Go and follow him. He's my best pal. No, I don't want that. I want to grow naturally. I want people to come in and enjoy me as a personality.
And that'll be the thing. Is a case of so if I'm the only time I will raid you now is I've went through my content creator list of people I would raid in my games, and I'm like, right, you know what? Or I've not raided anyone for a couple of days, and there's not been anyone on. I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I'm going to be watching him anyway. Fuck it, let's bring the hype over. That's the thing, is that you should only be looking to either bring the hype or hang out in the same kind of area generally that you do. Whereas, like, that's the thing, is if it's constantly the same stuff, that's the thing, is
Ryan's asking, would you raid him?
Well,
Red Devil Preston, Reece is asking, would you raid him?
What is he playing? If it's Red Dead, probably not. If he plays a strategy game, in theory I would. So it also depends on times you're streaming. So generally, my stream would end about 11:30 at night. So the people that tend to be on at 11:30 at night are the kind of Americans that stream strategy games. So that's where I'll kind of go, or the kind of late night UK streamers, the night owl ones. That's the kind of.
Do you know? I'm sorry to interrupt you, mate. You said thanks, by the way, and thanks for being honest. The one thing right now, it's just caught my eye. ScotsRant, really? We'll get a couple of minutes to sink in, all right? ScotsRant is a word I'm seeing right now in one of the two chats. It's not in mine, so it's one of your two.
It's not mine.
He's better start patrolling.
It's not mine.
Well, it's not yours, so it can only be one person.
Wait, mine? Wait, what?
Look what Nightbot said. Check out ScotsRant.
Oh, it's alright. That's not the worst.
Oh, really?
It's not that bad, right? I was expecting.
All correct. Jeez.
You don't need to correct it.
No, it's alright.
It just made me laugh.
I shat myself there. I thought, fucking hell, I can't even spell my own fucking podcast name.
You never even came up with the podcast. It was me.
I know, but hey, 50-50 co-owners, yeah, bastard.
Yeah.
We're co-owners. Wait, we're co-owners. I sort everything out. He does all the editing.
and
sadly, the way it works out.
I play the. I play
the contacts.
I play the kind of the host that asks the questions. I'm the one that then Gizzy's my comic timing.
I'm the drunken idiot.
I know, but
it's one good thing it has worked out is like we can use this to keep spiraling into talk about stream teams and everything like that. But the one good thing that ever came out of us two doing this as well is it opened a couple of doors for Reece, because it let me introduce him as well. Graphic designers, emote designers and stuff like that. He now knows the people that I know. And it's just because I've got them to do this. And he's like, I like their work. Can you pass them over to me? And it's exactly what I've done.
Aye, that's it. But I think, to be fair, we've kind of covered most of the topics that we've wanted to cover. We've went, as always, and is how it is with us. We've went this kind of roundabout way that just we always do, where we kind of go to the end, double ourselves back, hit something in the middle, and just go through there. But
well, since if that's going to start wrapping up, then Reece, if that's going to begin wrapping
basically
up, what we'll do is we can give KTP the floor right now. Kai, mate, this is completely down to you. You have the literal fact of you can plug yourself, you can shout out people, you can do what you want, then you get a wee finishing question. So, floor's yours. Take it away.
Listen, lads, I've nothing to plug, man. Like this is your podcast. It's is it your 4th episode now? Is it official one?
Official the 5th. Unofficial is about the 9th.
Lads, I've nothing to plug. Just a thing to say. My Twitch. Go subscribe to Scott's Rant on YouTube.
Scott's Rank.
It's
Rank team.
Exactly. It's a really good podcast, guys. It is. It's the one I've been actually listening to a good few times. So, go follow it, and that's it, lads. That's it, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it, KTP. But for yourself, though, mate, for anyone who wants to come check you out, what can they catch on?
They can catch me on my Twitch, KTP Games.
Perfect. I'll put a link to that in they've got like the kind of info tab below the video, that kind of thing.
Appreciate it, lads.
So
guess who's getting bottom of the description?
Aye, you, mate, because I'm the one that fucking types it out. But
remember, Reece, I know where you live.
Yeah, you do. That's it. And
you feel that big warm cuddle at night when you're cozied up. That's me in your bedroom.
I think I should have ended there, guys. Let's not make it too weird. I mean,
I'll hit out with a nice. I'll hit out right now, then, mate. If we're going to round it up, I'll hit out with a nice wee ender question for it all.
Right.
And this is just a perfect example because of his grind and everything that's been recently happening. Same grind that I was on. What's the next step for you in zombies? Where do you want your zombies content to go? Me, you, yourself, we've already hit round 115 with the Easter egg finish. I don't care what the game says. It was 115. What's your next step?
Not really got a next step, mate. It's just more enjoy myself. Like when I load into a game of zombies, I don't have a goal unless it's like going for a high round. Like it's just you go into zombies, you enjoy yourself. It's like there's not really an intent or a goal there. It's just you load into a game and enjoy yourself. That's just my mindset every time.
I think that's
we're Ryan, Easter egg with you, mate. Give me 20 minutes and I'll get you the Easter egg done.
I think, to be fair, Ty, that's a really nice way to put it, because it's not all about it is about the enjoy yourself, that kind of thing. So you can't really go wrong with that.
One goal. I have one goal with zombies right now, and that's to reset. That to me is to reset the round counter. That's all I want to accomplish right now with Die Machina. I want to reset the round counter. The minute I do that, I will be happy. I don't even care about high rounds. It will take me to 257 technically, but I just want to reset that round counter.
I couldn't think of anything worse. I'll be honest, guys. Fuck that.
4 hours at the same spot.
I'll take round 50.
Nice one.
Aye, that's it. I don't mind. I'm just happy.
Nah, man. It's a long grind, man. It's a long grind.
Aye,
honestly.
and I'm like, I play old school.
I know a lot of people that can't grind that. I know a lot of people who couldn't grind that amount of time. I've even got a pal who is one of the most amazing players at Warzone, can sit and play 5-6 hours of Warzone, but he's already turned around and said to me he cannot sit there and play zombies with me. He got to round 30 and he was like, I need to go out of this game. My eyes are sore. I was like, how can your eyes be sore? He's like, I've seen the same thing over and over again. I went, you're playing a Scooby-Doo game, mate. It's literally what it is. It's a Scooby-Doo game. You pass the same thing about 10 times when you're running down the hallway.
Aye. I mean, that's the thing, is like with me, it's like
being at the buffet at your sister's wedding, you know? Oh, that's a nice spread. Some sausage rolls, some burgers, some shrimp. Oh, some more sausage rolls, more burgers, some shrimp. You know, it's like a Scooby-Doo scene.
I'll say this though, is like, it's a case of I get to like I don't play it the way you play it. I play it like I train. I do trains. I don't play like in the room, in the ring of fire, all that kind of thing. Which I take that's a completely different way of doing it. That's a level of patience.
As you've heard me, you've heard the whole strat talking about when we were doing it with Liquid. That strat was invented back in Die Machina, technically. If you want to go for a technical test, it was knockdown, taunting, top room, camping, but the full strat was made in Die Machina just when Pack-a-Punch first came in.
Aye, but it's one of those things, is you have to... It's a case, you need to set yourself up for that, and if you're not built for tormenting yourself like that, that's the kind of the way it is. But it's a case...
You've been my pal for 9 years, mate. You're already tormented enough.
I know. Fucking tell me about it, man. It's been too long. That pain sigh when he just made it fucking weird. There was just, oh god, here we go.
Fuck man.
Alright, so we'll probably call this anyway, coming up close to the end of the ScotsRant podcast section of it all. I don't know if I'll be going back live. Reece, are you going to go live again?
I might do, depending on. It's 10:15. Probably not. No, I've realised the time.
What about yourself, Kai? Are you going to stay going live?
I will be going live, yeah, mate. I will be.
Okay, you get the utmost respect of having the 2 raids handed over to you.
Thanks, guys.
Aye.
Thanks,
so, what you playing?
Thanks for having me on the podcast. We're playing Call of Duty, some multiplayer on Black Ops Cold War.
Fair enough, mate.
It's
Sounds
fun.
good.
If we were going to play Warzone, I might have jumped in with you, but I don't have multiplayer downloaded.
Nah, mate. Well, I might, but...
Aye.
Yeah, I must be the only person right now who's sitting here with the PC version who only has zombies downloaded. I don't even have the campaign or multiplayer, just zombies.
I've got everything but Warzone downloaded. But I thought I had Warzone downloaded, to be fair. But that was just me. I thought I'd set it all. But yeah, Poetic, it's 5 PM for you. It's 10:15 for us. So, you know, it's a little bit of time difference there, mate.
Huge time difference. I like this comment by Ryan because I can't understand it. I've been your pain at least 4. No wonder I've turned to alcohol.
I can kind of understand. It's like I've been your friend for however long.
What he's saying is he can only consume alcohol to bear you.
Yeah,
that's what he's saying.
Aye, that sounds pretty reasonable, I would guess. But
I'm sorry to make it to you guys. I'm sorry to make it to you, but that's what he's saying.
See, to be fair, mate. A lot of people who know me will tell you the exact same thing. I'm one of the biggest wind-up merchants you'll ever meet in your life. I will piss you off in a second, but I'm one of the better friends that you can have because I'm always going to be honest to you.
Aye. No, I can tell by your soundboard and Reece's reactions, so that's pretty
pain,
much it. Aye.
Fucking pain. Nothing but pain.
Goes into a shell and comes at the corner like...
Yeah, we'll give you a good wee hang here, Kai, before we sign off, mate. That's Reece where he met me.
Where did you meet Gizzy, Reece?
A quiet pint in the pub.
I got it.
Quiet pint in the pub.
Ask him what happened. Ask him what happened.
I was pretty drunk and I was like, you know what? I'm pretty good at pool. Fucking challenge Mr. Big Shot here, and he fucking grannied me, and he let me pot a ball because he was nice. So, aye.
Brilliant way to start off a friendship.
Some would say the worst way. Some would say the worst way.
I get
There's a Ryan in Gizzy stream as well. We Ryan.
Aye.
It's not much.
But I think, to be fair, I think it's worth calling it there because we've covered everything at this point. Thanks for coming on, mate. It's been an absolute pleasure having you.
Thanks for having us, lads. Thanks for having us. It's been fun.
No, it's been a good time. It's been a great first episode for the year. Mainly for the fact that
good start of all.
I didn't think we were going to do one this early, and then I was like, you know what, let's get one organised. And Gizzy's like, I've got a guest, and I'm like, fantastic. That's an episode that's fucking easy for me to come up for questions for. Lovely.
Lovely.
But,
it's been fun, man. Thanks for having me, man. Honestly,
no worries. Same to go to anybody in any of the chats at all. If anybody wants to appear in this podcast or even want to just come in and talk shite, we do the podcast every 2 weeks. We usually get the guests sorted out a week in advance, so we should, if we're doing a guest, we'll have it sorted out by Friday. If not, me and Reece usually have a topic, which then becomes a drunken palaver that doesn't even land with the topic after.
Well, no, we hit the topic and then we'll leave it and then we kind of go back to the topic hit for the last 15 minutes. It's generally how it is.
Yeah.
But you don't need to be Scottish to be in the ScotsRant Podcast, Poetic. It's all about just...
Thanks, man. Our first ever guest was from Nottingham.
I know, our first guest was English. So, you know, take that. Is it where that's a sacrilegious almost? But I
take that, you placism bugger.
I know. But aye. So thanks very much for everyone that's hung out tonight. Thanks for
everyone.
Thanks for the questions. Thanks again for the raid. I don't know how to kind of go around that because it was it was unexpected being on podcasts. But hopefully everyone has a good night, and we'll end with a raid going to KTP Games. So have a good one, folks.